Men are not flattered by being shown that there has been a difference of purpose between the Almighty and them. To deny it, however, in this case, is to deny that there is a God governing the world. In times like the present, men should utter nothing for which they would not willingly be responsible through time and eternity. I have understood well that the duty of self-preservation rests solely with the American people. Intelligence, patriotism, Christianity, and a firm reliance on Him who has never yet forsaken this favored land are still competent to adjust in the best way all our present difficulty. The way for a young man to rise, is to improve himself every way he can, never suspecting that anybody wishes to hinder him. Adhere to your purpose and you will soon feel as well as you ever did. There may sometimes be ungenerous attempts to keep a young man down, and they will succeed too, if he allows his mind to be diverted from its true channel to brood over the attempted injury. I think the necessity of being ready increases. Look to it. He who does something at the head of one regiment, will eclipse him who does nothing at the head of 100. It is for us the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. You are ambitious, which, within reasonable bounds, does good rather than harm, that every man may receive at least, a moderate education, and thereby be enabled to read the histories of his own and other countries, by which he may duly appreciate the value of our free institutions, appears to be an object of vital importance. The leading rule for the lawyer, as for the man of every other calling, is diligence. Let no young man choosing the law for a calling for a moment yield to the popular belief, resolve to be honest at all events. Leave nothing for tomorrow which can be done today. It was not best to swap horses when crossing streams. If destruction be our lot, we must ourselves be its author and finisher. It is not merely for today, but for all time to come that we should perpetuate for our children's children this great and free government, which we have enjoyed all our lives. A capacity, and taste, for reading, gives access to whatever has already been discovered by others. It is the key, or one of the keys, to the already solved problems. Our reliance is in the love of liberty which God has planted in our bosoms. Upon the subject of education, not presuming to dictate any plan or system respecting it, I can only say that I view it as the most important subject which we as a people can be engaged in. I am rather inclined to silence, and whether that be wise or not, it is at least more unusual nowadays to find a man who can hold his tongue than to find one who cannot. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. Adhere to your purpose and you will soon feel as well as you ever did. On the contrary, if you falter, and give up, you will lose the power of keeping any resolution, and will regret it all your life. I have been driven many times upon my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for that day. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. I happened temporarily to occupy this big white house. I am living witness that any one of your children may look to come here as my father's child has. Let every American, every lover of liberty, every well-wisher to his posterity, swear by the blood of the Revolution, never to violate in the least particular, the laws of the country, and never to tolerate their violation by others. I know not how to aid you, save in the assurance of one of mature age, and much severe experience, that you cannot fail, if you resolutely determine, that you will not. I have stepped out upon this platform that I may see you and that you may see me, and in the arrangement I have the best of the bargain. The demon of intemperance ever seems to have delighted in sucking the blood of genius and of generosity. This is a world of compensations, and he who would be no slave, must consent to have no slave. Those who deny freedom to others, deserve it not for themselves, and, under a just God, cannot long retain it. In giving freedom to the slave, we assure freedom to the free, honorable alike in what we give, and what we preserve. We shall nobly save, or meanly lose, the last best hope of earth.